Morning, everybody. I hope you're all well and in great spirits. Today, I'm going to tell the story of how some white folks put me in a moral dilemma around my own culture. So, I'm assuming one of them is white. The first guy's name is Norm Worthman, which sounds like a white name to me. The other one is Pete Machalos, and it's spelled such that I've never seen it as a name that Mexicans have. I'm assuming it's European somehow, and thus both of these families are white. This is the moral dilemma they put me in. Last week, I took my little one to some antique stores. And while I was there, I saw this little clay figure, and it was labeled as a clay statue of a Mayan deity, an old Mayan god. So I asked to look at it, and it was like grayish clay, and in one little corner there was a chip, and like where it had chip, it was a lot darker. And I almost bought it. And it was several $100. And I don't have anything like that. So I wanted to put it in, buy it and then put it in a little display case at my house as a symbol of my connection with my ethnicity. And I'm not big on ethnic pride. I didn't do anything to be born like this. But I don't deny it. So I do connect with it, learn about it, and appreciate it. I just don't beat my chest with pride about it. And so I didn't buy it because I have had bad luck with thinking I've found some hidden treasure and buying it and then finding out it's not worth anything. So I didn't buy it, but I ran home and spent like the next 2 days researching how to authenticate genuine pre-Columbian art and artifacts. And from what I learned, it did appear to be a genuine pre-Columbian Mayan figure. And I also learned that probably the biggest test is the water test. Apparently, the clay they used back then is different than the clay today. And so if you add a drop of water or even a little bit of spit and wet it, it will produce a heavy, heavy clay scent. And that is one of the strongest indicators that it's genuine. The clay on the outside being lighter, and if there's a chip and the inside being darker, is also indicative. And some folks, con artists will try to paint it and give you the appearance, but the clay smell is hard to fake. So I plan to go back this week, ask them if I could put a drop of water, smell it, and if it did have that smell, I would then buy it. And then yesterday I saw the article where, these white folks put me in a dilemma. And it's a good dilemma. And much love and thanks to those white folks. So in San Diego, Pete Machalos and his sister, Norm Worthman, reached out to a museum to donate this huge collection of pre-Columbian and pre-classic cultura art they had. Clay figures, little pots, things from before Columbus was here. They had inherited them from their families. Some were in their families 50, 60 years. And they were told to reach out to the Mexican Consulate, who was incredibly grateful that these people were donating all this valuable historical and archaeological, these artifacts with a lot of value, both cultural and archaeological. And Mexico was really happy. They said, these things don't belong to anyone. They belong to the Mexican people. And I thought that was really beautiful that, they didn't try to get no money out of it. They had these things and they gave them back to the Mexican people. So now I'm like, fuck. You really can go buy this and keep it for yourself? So that's my dilemma. But I have a solution. If I do buy it, I'm just going to borrow it for a while. And then in 2 years, when I'm a little bit better off successfully, well, 5, because I hope to go to law school pretty soon, next year, then I'll donate it to a museum and give it back to the people. That eases my conscience a little bit if I know I'm going to give it back, but I hold on to it to have it for a little while. And so much love to them white folks that have these valuable things, didn't try to make a buck, gave them back to the people. And inspired me to not want to hoard stuff like that for myself either. To get it and if it has value for the people, give it back to them. That's my video today. I hope you guys have a good one. Much love.